Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road, next to the zoo.
Green flag, green flag.
from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Tires and brakes are important on this racetrack. So are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, you make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolan's next to the zoo.
Open sonar.
Test.
Open sonar.
That's them talking, so that shouldn't matter. But the master I don't see going up and down. Is that normal?
No. It's working now.
Is it?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Sorry, folks, we've been having some technical difficulties. I'm using Sonar audio service. I've been talking the entire time. Apparently, you haven't heard a word, so apologies for that. But looks like we're having some green flag stops here. I kind of missed what was going on here as I was trying to fix issues. It looks like Jackson's really halfway done some good news. But as always, we fix racing the HRT2HEART ARCA Series. We're at Daytona. You spent 30 laps of this race, not really hearing anything. But hey, at least you could see what was going on. But here comes your racing Earl Jackson down the road. Messing with some audio problems here, trying to fix that. Sorry, folks, we have never had audio issues like this, but our sonar updated recently, and I've had problems with it ever since. So, meanwhile, out front, looks like the 023 Lansing's your race leader, but he is on pit road, so it looks like Javier Zapata going to take over the race lead here in the 24s. He beats him to try over Peyton Barfield right there with him. I'm sorry, that is not Peyton Barfield. That's 47 car. He's so around here, suddenly grab the no loud mag. On the bottom, he's got a nice cold bed light. You know, I'm going to tell that 37 car. He's doing fast really nice. Scott coming out over here, sitting on the second out of the way. Finally battled back here. With that big push from the 02 of Bobby Lane Jr. But let's bring up our Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board, best pit strategy board in business. Here it is. So these guys have all bullet out front. So it should be good to go on fuel. Testing. Christian does better now. Let me know in the chat. You just go check. There's your Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board. As Casanave cruising out in the front here, getting a big push from the 02 lane. We appreciate you guys hanging in the stream. As our sonar audio service has updated and has given us some problems. Believe it or not, I have been talking apparently to myself the entire time. But right now, guys, we're in a lap number 36 out of 60 here tonight. We're going to put out strategy board this Austin Corn drops in the 95. He was cruising in the back the whole race, but the pit strategy has came in for him. That is a good-looking car, and it was in the back, but folks, he's up front now, sitting in the third position. Fourth place, Javier Zapata. Sitting there in fourth in the 24 car, and fourth Lisa for Bud Light Mike. Back on very low, Bud Light Mike. What does he have up his sleeve? Just 23 laps left to go here at Daytona for the Heart ARCA Series season opener. About 19 cars signed in here for the first race. Looks like our rear pack is just 6 cars right now, I believe. One might be a lap car. We're broken into a few different packs. In the second pack. So we got a pack of 5 cars out front, a pack of 4 here in second. And then we got another pack. DJ Lane, the third, stuck back there with the 2 and the 9. So that's unfortunate for some of these guys. And boy, how about that? Peyton Barfield, he was out front the entire race, had a bad pit stop. Comes out and sitting in the 14th position there in the third pack. These guys are in trouble here. So we head back out front. Our top 5 duking it out. They're going to stay single file. They do not want those cars behind them to catch them. They want this to be a race between them 5. And folks, we're having some mic issues. This is all software issues. It is not hardware. I have our mic turned way down. So I'm going to continue to try and fix these issues. I have no clue what's going on. I didn't really even change anything when it started working. I was just going through some settings. We're going to run through this and hopefully get it right before the next race. As we got 21 laps at Daytona for the Heart to Heart ARCA Series season opener. Settings here once we're done. That's the important thing. The video does work. It's unfortunate though you missed my commentary. I had some good stuff going there. As this loop continues to stay single file. You see a little big gap there, our top 5, when you got a 6-second gap between them. So unless there's a caution, one of these 5 right here are going to win it. So let's drop to the back here.
Flag is out.
Oh, caution just jumped in the 23 car. Let's see what happened here. Hutchinson Motorsports replay. Boy, that's unfortunate. Those top 5 cars did not want to see this caution. So let's see what happens. Oh my. It looks like the 23 just comes down. He was not clear. There's the 23 thought he was clear right here. But unfortunately, there's a car there. The 44 on the field just gets jumped. So caution is out there as Justin Lansing spins it around. So let's see how this spices things up. But we're going to get some Hutchinson Motorsports tunes playing as I continue to try to work on our audio issues. Probably not going to get them fixed, honestly, but hey, you never know. Subscribe to the page. We'll have this stuff fixed.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car. So are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road next to the zoo.
So we're back here. Let me know if that microphone sounds better in the chat, Christian. Once again, we're still working on some technical software issues. But right now we're here in lap number 43 out of 60. Scott Casanave out front in the 03 car. Unfortunate caution he did not want to see come out. But your top five right now: Casanave, Lane, Corn Props, Zapata, and Bud Light Mike. Folks, my money is on Bud Light Mike to win this race. Tell you what, that man can wheel a race car in that number 47 Bud Light ARCA car. It is impressive what he does. But we're going to have another pace lap around. Let's get some Hutchinson Motorsports tunes playing. Appreciate you, Whitney, in the chat for letting us know. Again, we know it's still not right. It's probably going to cut out a little bit when I get loud. Switched over to this software. It helped out for a while, till it didn't. But while you're here, be sure to click the like button on the video. Even though it's been a total train wreck, it'll get better from here. It's all downhill from here, folks. Subscribe to the page because we're going to be back every single Sunday here. Heart to Heart ARCA Series action every Sunday night for, I don't know, what is it, about 10 to 15 weeks. Who knows? I don't even know what the schedule is, honestly. We're just weighing it up here in the booth, folks. Believe it or not, though, I did actually prepare to get this audio worked out, and it just didn't. But the field is set. Your front row is going to be Casanave and Lane in the 0-2. Going to be a shootout here. Everybody's good to go on gas. Tires not really needed. Who's going to be willing to make the first big move? We don't really see a big three-wide move yet. These guys have been pretty patient so far, but hey, we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty. It's time to get going for some of these guys. But the field is bunched up here. We got 17 of our cars on the lead lap. There's our field here, the Heart to Heart ARCA Series. About to take the green flag here at Daytona. And somebody said in the chat, normally you see your comments. I did not put the chat comments on the stream. Some do, some don't. Just a personal preference thing. But the pace car is in, the field is set. We are ready to go. Green flag back at Daytona. Good jump there on the bottom line. Looks like Lane has the 03 getting the push from the 95, but Lane's going to cover down. He doesn't even need it, folks. How about that start with no help behind him? Doesn't even need the draft. Not a good start from Scott. But he's sitting in the second spot right now. Bumper to bumper pushing down the backstretch. Let's drop back a little bit, see what's going on through the field. William Martin in the 2 car, cruising in the 11th spot right now, trying to break into that top 10. Here they come down the backstretch. That was a front stretch, sorry about that. Bobby Lane Jr. here in a lap 46, your race leader out front. Boy, it wasn't looking like a good race for Bobby for a while. He's looking real good for him here now. Casanave continues to stay on that back bumper as the 95 of Corn Props right there in third. But here comes Bud Light Mike in the 47 car. He's been patient long enough. It's time for the Louisville, Kentucky native. Bud Light. Oh, the 50 getting down to the apron, folks. These guys starting to get antsy as they're 3 wide back here. The 2 car of Martin stuck in the middle here between the 31 and the 88. Martin struggling, he's all over the place. As the 88 gets in the wall, he's going to fall back in the line and get back to 2. So we head back out front as Casanave continues to push the 0-2 there of Bobby Lane Jr. That's the most right rear suspension camber use. Bobby Lane Jr. out of Nashville, Tennessee. The best tire brake alignment. Number 02 machine looking good out front. He's got a bit to go though. Looks like we got a breakaway out front here. About 7 or 8 cars leaving the rest of the field. Looks like the top 7 has checked out here. So that's going to make Greg Lankford in 8. He's the first car in this second pack as they're going to try to get connected and try to run back down that lead pack. So we head back out front. Bobby Lane Jr. looking good. Working well with the 03 as Scott Casanave out front. Everybody getting antsy. With just about 22 laps left to go here in Daytona. Who's going to win the Heart-to-Heart Motorsports season opener here? The first race in Hutchinson Motorsports TV for these guys. Well, I'll tell you what. Before the race, I was in the garage. I was talking to Javier Zapata of Puerto Rico. I said, Javier, how you feeling about tonight? He said, I'll tell you what, Blake, it's been a lifelong dream to win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. I'm in Puerto Rico. We've never had a chance to do so, but finally I'm here and I'm going to get the job done tonight. So keep an eye on that 24, Javier Zapata. His lifelong dream to win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. But ladies and gentlemen, the fastest lap of the session just turned by none other than the 12 car, Dan Collison, a 46.48. He might be in the back, basically in last, but he's putting down a quick time. How about it, Dan? Well done. So we go back out front here. Bobby Lane Jr. still leading this race. Scott Casanave will not leave that back bumper. These two working well together. As the 95 of Corn Props continues to stay right behind that back bumper of Casanave. But up top, looks like we got a line forming as none other than Javier Zapata, the Puerto Rico native. Looking to get a push from the 07 of Greg Lankford. Big push from the outside line. Here they come. With just 10 laps left to go. Javier Zapata. Trying to wheel that high side up to the front. And it looks like that second pack. Oh, we got one. That car is joked. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what happened. Oh my, caution is out. We got some junk race cars. Let's see the Hutchinson Motorsports replay here. Let's hop up to the Hutchinson Motorsports chopper cam. Best chopper cam in the business here, folks. Let's see what happened. So here is the 00 right there at BJ Lane, that ugly looking orange car. Then you got the 9 right to the back. I'm pushing the pusher. Bam. Then the 23 pushes the 9 into him and gets hooked straight in the wall. And the 00 is junk. Caution is out here, folks. That's going to spice things up big time here. As we're going to get a restart here with about 6 or 7 laps left to go by the time we get to green. So we're going to take a short break here, folks. We're going to play the commercials one more time because I know the first time or two they didn't work out. And cover your ears. I know one of them's super loud, but there's really nothing I can do about it. The Buick commercial. I'm going to play that one first. So be ready. Buick commercial, going to be loud, but you're just going to have to deal with it because what a great sponsor they are. We want to make sure you hear them. That wasn't the Buick commercial.
Hi, I'm Aaron Lane from Bass Tire.
Hi, I'm Steve Bass. We're here at the legendary Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Good tires and brakes are important on this race car, and so are the tires and brakes on your vehicle.
For the very best in tires, brakes, and auto service, come make a pit stop at Bass Tire.
Serving Nashville for over 35 years.
On Nolensville Road next to the zoo.
Once again, a big shout out to our great sponsors. Got Bass Tire. Oh, I forgot them. Here they are. We got C&L Carpets, Bass Tire, Allen Tillery, Buick GMC, and Buchanan Resort. Best sponsors in the business, folks. I tell you what, every single one of them businesses are just wonderful. I will never take my brakes anywhere other than Bass Tire Braking Alignment. If I ever need some brake work, that's where I'll go. If you ever need a new car, don't even think about getting anything other than a Chevy Buick GMC at Allen Tillery, at AllenTilleryAuto.com. Best dealership in the business. Allen Tillery is incredible. And if you're planning your vacation, stop what you're doing, folks. Head on over to the Buchanan Resort. Beautiful resort. Boy, I love the Buchanan Resort. But there's our wonderful sponsors as we head back here. BJ Lane out front here with Scott Casanave. Boy, these two are going to have to break up here. I know they've been working well together all night long. We'll see what kind of restart they do. You might see the one of the other let the other one in right in front of them or behind them. But you never know here. As we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, we're going to take the green flag this next time around. Going to be 6 laps left to go. Are these guys going to junk it again? We're going to stay clean and green. We're about to find out. Be sure though, folks, you got a little bit of time. Click that like button on the video. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, having some technical difficulties earlier on. Sonar software is junk. Thank Christian Taylor for that. He's the one that talked me into switching to Sonar, so I blame Christian Taylor. He's in the chat, folks, so go ahead, throw him a message, say thanks a lot, Christian. The first 30 laps, nobody heard, all because of you. Well done. But the field is set out front. Cazenave and Lane gonna take the green flag with just 6 laps left to go. The Heart ARCA Series season, baby, right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Sunday night racing here at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway. Who's your pick to win it, folks? I'll tell you what, Javier Zapata is going to get the job done. He told me how big of a lifelong dream it would be to win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV would be. Oh, I think he's blinking right now. Yep, there's the Puerto Rican internet kicking in right here. The pace car is in. Field is set in front of a sold-out crowd. 6 laps left to go this time.
Green flag.
Here. And a big jump there by the O2. He's going to cover up to the top. Bobby Lane Jr. going to hold on to this race lead. Meanwhile, Bud Light Mike stuck up top here, looking to get some help. Can Bud Light Mike get a shove there by the 07 of Greg Langford? Here comes your field. The Heart Series. 6 laps left to go. Who's going to throw a dirty move? Who wants to block? Who's going to right rear their opponent? Let's find out. Coming out of turn 4, Bobby Lane Jr. still out front. What's going to be interesting to see is Cazenave going to stay on that back bumper the whole race and push Bobby Lane to a win, or at the end, is he going to make a move? But here comes Bud Light Mike on the outside line here at the 47 machine. The Louisville, Kentucky native Bud Light Mike. I tell you what, Bud Light Mike came back open his first beat. The 00 BJ Lane, the third is junk once again. Let's see what happened. Boy, these guys were driving pretty carefully early on, but not anymore. Now they're junking each other. So here's the Hutchinson Motorsports replay. Take a look right there in the orange car up top. They're going 3 wide. BJ Lane, he's about to get junked. Yeah, 26 just hooked him. He junked him. 26 tried to dump him. Unfortunately, jumped himself as well. So the 26, the 2, and the 00 all involved. Unfortunate there. And folks, say it with me. The 00, BJ Lane, that car is junk. BJ Lane in the back. So we're going back live here. Bobby Lane Jr. Believe, according to my math calculations, that would be BJ Lane's dad. I don't know. See if he can pull off the win, as he hopes his son is okay after that big wreck. So by the time we get going green, we're going to have a green-white-checkered here in the Heart ARCA Series season opener here at Daytona. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, best streaming service in the business. Tina Lane in the chat. Tina, if you had to pick one to win, do you want Bobby Lane to win this race, or would you rather have BJ Lane? You can only pick one. No political answers, Tina. You got to let us know. As the field gets bunched up here, let's see if any of these guys want to come down pit road. Nobody out front's going to do so. Maybe some guys in the back might come down and get them some tires. So we're going to get some Hutchinson Motorsports tunes playing, folks. I tell you what, we got the best tunes in the business. It's been 100% confirmed. Honestly, we've won multiple awards for this music. Here it is. I don't like that one. This is a good one, though. Hutchinson Motorsports TV will be back shortly. Green-white-checkered coming up here. The Heart ARCA Series season opener, Daytona. Bump and run, Jesse Becker. Welcome to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We got a legend in the chat. That's Bump and Run Jesse Becker, the dirtiest driver in the game. Yes, that was the first song we wrote here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV. That's a good one right there. We won many of awards with that song. Crazy to think we've come such a long way. But we're getting the field set out front. Gonna be Bobby Lane Jr. on the inside, Scott Casanave on the outside. Let us know in the chat who you got to win this thing. Keep an eye on Bud Light Mike. I tell you what, he's probably buzzed by now. He started drinking in the garage around 10 o'clock this morning. We said, hey, Mike, should you probably cool it off a little bit? You got a race coming up. He said, honestly, I drive better when I'm buzzed. So he's just been nonstop slamming Bud Lights all night long. I think he's on his second case by the time this race started. So let's see if Bud Light Mike can get the job done in that 47 car, or if maybe he went a little bit too hard. But we're on the backstretch. We're going to be dropping the hammer, going green. Going to be a green-white-checkered here. How about that to start the season in the HRT2HEART ARCA Series? A green-white-checkered ARCA finish. Bryce Barfield in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in. Bryce watching his little brother, Peyton Barfield, in the field. Boy, Peyton looked good early on, but I tell you what, that 44 just kind of turned to junk. So he's trying to battle back here. He's got only a couple laps to try to get that thing out front. Pull off the win. But you're going to see the pace car head in. He's going to get out of the way. We're going to go green. We got teammates out front. Bobby Lane and Scott Casanave. Going to be tough to beat these two. We know they're going to work together. Here comes the pace car. Getting out of the way. Once again, front row. Going to be Lane on the inside. Casanave on the outside. Are these guys going to play friendly, or are we going to get a clean finish, or are they going to junk it again as they head into the restart zone? Green flag in the air. Good jump there by Bobby Lane Jr. He's going to pop up top here and hold on to that race lead as Casanave gets back to the back. It's smoked. Oh, caution is out. And the double zero involved once again. What a rough race for BJ Lane. Boy, BJ Lane just cannot catch a break here tonight. Nowhere to go for old BJ, so he gets junked. Let's see the replay here. So green flag comes out. Bud Light Mikey had one too many Bud Lights before the race. Straight on that start. Junked it. Boy, that's unfortunate. He told me that he drives better buzz, but I'm not sure that's true. That's just something I think people say when they want to keep drinking. So out front, it's still going to be Lane and Casanave. As we're going to bunch the field back up. Checking our chat with all these great race fans. Wow, incredible. Best fans in the business, folks. And if you haven't heard it from me before, get used to hearing this. I'm going to say it every week. Quit wasting your money on gym streaming services, because all you need is Hutchinson Motorsports TV. It's free. If you got Netflix, you're wasting your money. Go ahead. Cancel that subscription. You don't need it anymore, folks. Amazon Prime, nope. Apple TV, you don't need any of them. Get rid of all of them, because all you need, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. So we're going to brush the field back up, get it going again. Let's find some more Hutchinson Motorsports tunes, because I tell you what, these tunes here are the best in the business. Let me find it. Oh, here's a good one, folks. You're about to get up and dance with this one. Is that not a good one or what, folks? We're going to bunch him up, but we're going to try his green-white-checkered start once again. I think Bobby Lane, I think Bobby Lane the third is out of race cars and his race is over. The Devil Zero has junked it one too many times. He's pulling in the garage. So he's going to be rooting for, I believe that's his dad out front. Well, you never know. Maybe he's going to be pulling for the 03 of Scott Casanave. We're going to find out here shortly. We're going to get the 1 to green sign this time around, and next time we're going to take it and hopefully get a finish. And once again, folks, we got some microphone audio issues. My mic doesn't usually sound like this, but we're going to get through this race and we're going to have it fixed. Once again, if you're just tuning in, be sure to blame Christian Taylor in the chat. He's the one that made me use this Sonar software. 100% his fault. Would have never happened if it wasn't for Christian Taylor. It's unfortunate. And if you tuned in for the first half of this race, you went 30 laps without audio. It's pretty great. Once again, Christian Taylor's fault. But hey, we're ready, we're rolling here. We're going to take the green flag. Front row going to be Bobby Lane Jr. on the inside. Scott Casanave on the outside. These two teammates, they've been working together well all race long. Are they going to stay connected or are they going to ditch each other and try to take the win here? For the first time ever, HRT2HEART ARCA Series on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. It's our season opener right here at Daytona International Speedway. And Jesse Becker in the chat. We got plenty of unpaid tech support labor ready to go. Hey, you guys better pick it up. I fire you, but I don't have anybody else. Send your applications straight to me for the unpaid position of audio tech support here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. Feel this set here. Pace cars about to head down pit road. Get out of the way. Are we going to jump more cars? Or are we going to get a finish? Whitney Gary pulling for the 14 car. Pruitt. Pruitt's had a great race so far. Can Dwayne Pruitt get the job done for Whitney, or is he going to let her down? But the pace car is in, field is ready to roll. Entering the restart zone. Going to be laying on the inside. Casanave on the outside. Let's hop up to the most beautiful view in the business of Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. Here it is. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Well, the blimp's not at a good angle here, folks. So we're going to zoom back out as the 02 Land Jr. Folks, I tell you what, I was talking to Javier Zapatero. Once again, I'm going to repeat myself. He said it's been a lifelong dream to win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. As he's been in Puerto Rico his whole life, this is his first chance to do it. Down the backstretch. And then he turns straight forward. He's taking the white flag if we can stay clean and green. Looks like it's going to be a full car battle for the win if we can get to the white flag. Coming out of turn 4 into the trioval. White flag waving in the air. Bobby Lane Jr. out front. We're going to get a finish. Here comes the 50 up to the outside. That's Ryan Brown Sr. looking to get some. Bobby Lane Jr. heading into 1 and 2, feeling good about his chances. The 95 of Corn Props looking to get a run. These guys are going to make a move. They're going to need to make it soon. Down the backstretch, we got one going way down to the apron. Cable to keep it rolling, head straight back up on the track. Here comes Javier up to the top. Heading into 3 and 4 for the final time. Casanave going to stay hooked to the back bumper of the 0-2. Coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag waving in the air. Who's going to make the move? Coming to the line, checkered flag. Bobby Lane Jr. wins it at Daytona. Boy, a big assist from his teammate, the 0-3 of Scott Casanave, hooks to the back bumper, pushes Bobby Lane Jr. to a big win. What a finish, folks. A race filled with technical difficulties, audio not working, but here we are. We got it rolling, and we had a good finish. So let's get some interviews going here, folks. Give me one moment. Hang on, got to pull back down. So we got Austin Corn Props here. Let's put him down here as he finished 3rd. Give me one moment, though. Oh, you know what? I don't have, I cannot put people into the room. Could somebody move Austin Corn Props into the broadcast room? Anybody listening in, if BJ or Bobby Lane listening in, or Scott Casanave, somebody drag Corn Props into my chat, or I need permissions to drag them, because I can't. I'll wait another couple seconds here. I'll just hop down here. Austin, Blake with the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, able to bring home a 3rd place finish. The car was looking good. You were struggling early on, lost the pack, the main pack, but you were able to battle yourself back to the 3rd place finish. How'd the car feel?
Felt pretty good. Me, Bobby, and Scott, we all try to stay in a pack, try to hang out a little bit so we didn't get in trouble early on, and it paid off. I was surprised it went that many laps, green flag, but that's some really good racing.
Yeah, it looked like we didn't have many incidents there till the end. Guys started getting antsy, but that's typical Daytona racing. But hey, good job getting your first podium finish here in the season opener. Awesome.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Next up here, our 2nd place finisher, Scott Casanave. How'd the car feel out there? Looked good.
It felt good. We kind of hang in the back. We were thinking there may be some more cautions, but it went green for a long time, and we decided to short pit there and just take 2 tires and fill up with gas, and worked out. We did pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the pit strategy might have helped you guys out big time as you jumped about 15 cars or so.
Yeah, we were talking about short pitting there, and it worked out. We did good. Took 2 tires and got out of there. I come out and I told them, I said, "Dadgum, I got 1st place. Here we go. Let's go."
Yeah, you know, and it definitely looked like the teamwork there helped out as you stayed right there on the back bumper and helped Bobby Lane pull that one out.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Well, hey, great job out there taking home 2nd. Maybe next week you can get 1 spot better and take home the win.
I hope so. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our race winner here tonight, Bobby Lane Jr. in the 02 car, parking in victory lane. Bobby, how'd you get it done?
Man, teammates. That's how. Don't think I could have got up there and won it without them. We worked together. It paid off.
Yeah, it sure did. Now, before the pit stop there, were you getting a little worried since you guys were so far back out of the draft?
Nah, we could catch them. We could catch them when we wanted to. We just kind of sit there and rode, and we were on chat together, so we were talking to each other the whole time. We were just kind of wondering what we're going to do at the end of the race. But you know how Daytona is. You get up there and get to racing, you'll be 15th before you know it.
Yes, sir. Well, definitely worked out for you. Taking home the season opener win here at Daytona with the Heart to Heart ARCA Series. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything to add for everyone?
Yeah, I want to thank all our sponsors here at Heart to Heart. I want to thank you for coming aboard this year and broadcasting with us. That's a good thing. And Bass Tire, my sponsor on my car. Aaron Lane, I hope you're watching, brother. Want to give a shout-out to Alan Tillery, C&L Carpets. Man, anybody who has anything to do with this league. It's a great league. And I want to give a shout out to my cousin in New York, Candy, it's watching, and everybody else who's watching us. We got one. So.
Yes, sir. Definitely was a great race. Oh, go ahead.
Don't forget about Alexis. We want to give a shout out to her and Abby, my daughter. Alan Tillery, we thank you for the sponsorship and everybody else that sponsors us here at Heart to Heart.
Yeah, great group of guys here, man.
Yes, sir. It was definitely a good race. We had a really good turnout there. The chat was bumping in our live stream.
That's good. That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a few people that weren't here tonight, so I think it's going to pick up a little bit. Mother's Day might have had a little thing to do with that, but yeah, it's a great league. I think people are going to enjoy watching it.
Most definitely. Next week looks like we're over at Las Vegas at night. How you guys feeling about that one?
Oh, I love it. Scott's actually the master there, but we both really like the track. Me and Scott finished first and second in the points last season in the Truck Series at about 2 points difference. So we're kind of competitors too, also. So y'all seen us work together tonight, but you'll see us throw it down together too.
That's going to be good to see. Well, hey, congratulations, guys. We're going to wrap this one up. We appreciate everybody tuning in here. We had some technical difficulties early on where we were able to at least get it working. We'll have that figured out, though, by next